Titans fans, we're talking your trade proposals today on Titans Today. We appreciate you watching. My name is Jace Andrews, and I asked you, what are some trades you would like to see the Titans make before the 2023 NFL trade deadline coming up this Tuesday? Well, we're going to talk about what we got from Titan Nation all today. But if you're not a part of the Titans Today community, well, today is the day you join. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that little red button right below the video. Hit that button, turn it gray, and make me happy. And you're going to be a part of an awesome community here on Titans Today, as we're putting out Titans content every single day of the week, 365. Let's get into some trade proposals coming in from you. This one coming from Ty Kane saying, Henry to the Ravens for a 5th, Fulton to Atlanta for a 7th, and Burks to anyone for a 2nd. So I like that you gave us an option here. You gave us some options, but I want to take this one by one. I think that you have some great mindset with these. So I'm going to go through one by one and kind of dive in them, unpack them, see what I like, what I dislike, and what's I think could happen with the Titans. Let's start with that first one, Derrick Henry to the Ravens, which honestly is gaining traction by the minute. It seems like that seems to be the likely landing spot, although it wasn't really intended to be that way. You have him going to the Ravens for a 5th round pick. And honestly, given the traction, I can see this one happening pretty much at any point in the next coming days. I think overall, Derrick Henry has been shopped now for over a week. I don't know exactly where he'll end up, but the Ravens seem like a likely team given they have the J.K. Dobbins injury. He's out for the year. Well, they're sitting with Gus Edwards and Justice Hill. And Derrick Henry to bolster up then a 5th round or 6th round pick. That would kind of be the area that I'm thinking for Derrick Henry. Just given his age, the contract, that's probably what you may get from, as there may be some teams that you might be willing to get a little bit more, but right there, I think probably a good range. Let's go to that Christian Fulton one you suggested, and that's going to be Christian Fulton for a 2024 7th round pick. I think this one needs to be noted for the simple fact that free agency is coming for Fulton. This is his UDFA year coming up, and I think you don't want to let him walk for nothing. Now, with that being said, he is a really good safety, and I think you could probably get a little more for this. I think overall, the guy, now that Kevin Byard is gone, is your best safety, is your best defensive back. You have to have him in that slot, and so if you're going to trade him away, I think you need to get a 6th round pick, at least. I don't understand a guy who is 25, 26 years old. He's super young. You're getting him away for a 7th? I know he's going to be a free agent, but that's not that much, to be quite honest with you. I would like a 6th, at least. I mean, maybe a 6th and a player for Fulton. Will that actually happen? I don't know, but that's kind of the range that I would look for. Again, the Titans, unfortunately, 2-4 record, fire sale possibly coming. I don't think they're really in that range just yet to be asking for that. Your third trade, you had Treylon Burks to anyone for a 2nd round pick. I chose the Cowboys, just because I think they'd be willing to give it the 2nd round pick more than any other team. Plus, wide receiver for Dak Prescott could help out. 2nd round pick there. Again, the reason I chose the Cowboys is I think they'd be the only one who would give you a 2nd round pick. I think the 3rd is the best you get. I know that Burks is young. He's still in that rookie contract, the 2nd year in the league. But at the same time, he hasn't shown that he's a good receiver in the NFL yet. Did he perform well last year? Yeah, but he's been injured this year. And, well, quite frankly, you're not going to get too much for a guy who's been injured this year. Hasn't looked amazing when he has played. And on top of that, is already in the 2nd year of rookie deal. Not like you're going to get him for too much here. So overall, I think a 3rd is probably the best you'll get. The Cowboys, again, they're in a win now mode. Jerry Jones likes to spend those money. Well, he may give you the 2nd round pick. I mentioned the fire sale coming up here. Well, is that actually going to happen? I want you to let me know in the comments of today's video. If you think a fire sale is coming for the Titans, then I want you to type Y for yes. If you think a fire sale is not coming, then I want you to type in for no. Let me know in the comment section of today's video. Well, with that being said, Titans taking on the Falcons this upcoming Sunday. If you want to put some money on the game, which I guarantee you, it makes the experience more fun, especially when, got to be honest, Titans have been a tough team to watch. May as well have some fun with it. Go to chatsports.com/bet and use promo code CHAT125 for a 125% deposit bonus at BetUS, our sportsbook partner. And I'm telling you what, there's a little bit of a special going on this weekend for the Falcons and Titans game, as it's a plus 800 for Ritter to get 265 passing yards. listen, I'm not one to say that I like Ritter. I'm not one to say he's a good quarterback. But at the same time, without Byard, Fulton's going to have to be really all over the field. If they use Kyle Pitts properly, it could happen. Either way, if the Titans are going to stink, you may as well make some money off it. So there you go. It's a good special. And use our promo code CHAT125. Get that 125% deposit bonus. Literally free money right there. Free money. Go use it right now. Chatsports.com/bet. Let's get to another proposed trade here coming from Andrew Tyler, saying Ravens get Derrick Henry. Titans get a 2024 second-round draft pick, Rashod Bateman as well. I like this trade as well. Let's throw this up as kind of a format here. You have Derrick Henry going to the Ravens, as mentioned earlier. A 2024 second-round pick coming back to the Titans, and Rashod Bateman. I mentioned that a third-round pick, it may be the best you're going to get, and especially with the player there, I don't know if a second is going to be the one that the Titans are going to get. They may be asking for that, but I think this is overall just a lot, to be quite frank with you. Because, again, Derrick Henry's a 30-year-old guy. That's a lot to give up if you're talking the Ravens side of, second-round pick, Rashod Bateman, who's a young receiver. I will say, though, I like this trade a lot. I think that it could work if the Ravens are willing to do that, because you're getting Rashod Bateman, who I'm not going to say has been amazing, but he's shown some talent throughout his year. 12 receptions, 118 yards, 9.8. And I think the thing that we have to note about this is the ball is spread very thin there in Baltimore. You have Zay Flowers, you have Odell Beckham Jr., and Rashod Bateman on that. But again, I think he has shown prowess to be a guy who could really fill in as a wide receiver 2, probably. Wide receiver 2 is probably his max. I think the Ravens are trying to use him as a wide receiver 1, but Zay Flowers has kind of taken over that role along with OBJ. It's a former first-round pick. That's all I'm going to say. Rashod Bateman, he had the talent when he was coming out of college, and hey, why not take him up? You still lose Henry on this one. I think that has to be noted, because either way you get out of this, especially if you lose this Sunday's game against the Falcons, I don't think Derrick Henry is a Titan by the end of the trade deadline. You're 2-5 at that point. The fire sale would be almost guaranteed. But I do want to talk about Derrick Henry for a second, because whether he stays with the Titans, whether he leaves, I want to know right now, is Derrick Henry the best Titans running back of all time? If he leaves now, doesn't leave now, whatever you think right now, is he the best RB of all time in Titans history? Well, if you think so, then I want you to type 22 in the comment section. I certainly believe so, and if you do, I want you to litter the comment section with 22s. I want to see as many as we got down there, because honestly, Derrick Henry deserves the love, even if he has to go to another team. Another trade here from the Alaskan Bullworm, Kendrick Bourne, for a 4th-round pick. I like this one. We're going into more of a, what are the Titans going to get? What are they going to make a move to try and bring someone in? Well, this could be one that potentially could happen. You give a 4th-rounder to the Patriots. You get Kendrick Bourne from the Pats. And Bourne this year, honestly, with Mac Jones as quarterback, has performed above average, I would say. 3 touchdowns, 370, 34 receptions. And he's had a couple of breakout games. The first game of the year, he looked really good. Honestly, looked pretty nice against the Eagles as well. He could be a good addition to this wide receiver room. You have DeAndre Hopkins for the time being. If he goes away, we'll see whether or not. But Bourne was somewhat of a younger guy, and I think you could pair him up nicely with this Titans wide receiver room. You got Akine. If you keep Burks, that's a nice 1-2 punch between Bourne and Burks. Double B right there. Heck, Willis performs well this Sunday. Maybe you got a quarterback and 2 young wideouts that really could kind of propel you to this future generation here with the Titans. But I think it's a great addition. Let's go to the next and final trade here from Mike Nintendo Master, saying trade Hopkins for a 3rd and a 5th. So we had mentioned Hopkins a little bit on the show, but this is the first time we're actually see him in a trade proposal. I like it because overall, I think Hopkins will be gone. I don't see him sticking around here with the Titans for too much longer, especially if you lose that game against the Falcons. I can't stress enough that if this Falcons game goes poorly, it is a fire sale on Monday and Tuesday. It's done, because you're 2-5. You're in the AFC South, which has the Jaguars in it. Texans have looked above average this year. It'd be a tough slate. But if you win this, well, you're 3-4. If Will Levis looks good this Saturday, who knows? But I think Hopkins might be gone either way, just because you can probably get a good deal for him. And hey, he hasn't really done too much this year. If Levis can kind of work around without him, well, there you go. I do want to know from you, though, would you trade DeAndre Hopkins? The Titans are going to do what they're going to do, but Say you're the GM. What are you going to do? Type T for trade him or type P for pass on it and not trade him. Keep him in Tennessee on that 2-year deal. Again, you would just get him for the rest of the season and next season. Maybe he gets traded next season. Who knows? But right now, would you trade DeAndre Hopkins? Get it in the comments. Type T for trade or type P for pass. We appreciate you watching today's video. As always, if you made it this far, type tighten up and like the video. We appreciate you. And as always, peace out.